Hello.
Yay, there we are.
Yeah, here we are. Welcome, welcome, everybody. We're going to give a few minutes to come on. I'm going to go over here and share out on my other computer. I don't know if we have a mod or not, but Judy, keep an eye on it. And
I am. I'm just pulling it up in YouTube, and it's not up on YouTube yet live.
Let me go over here, and I will be right back. So you all carry the weight while I'm sharing out, okay?
It's not up on YouTube, right, Cynthia?
No, I don't have it up yet either. I'm watching for it. So.
Yep, it's up. It's up. It's up. Let me go. Yep, it's up. Okay.
Not on my end.
Okay, let me see here.
Oh, there we go. There we go. We're here.
Yep, it's up.
We're here. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, let me see here.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm going to share it out as well.
Okay. Let me go jump on. I'm titling it "Old Ladies Wear Lipstick." I guess I'll get a draw in, you know. I mean, let me go ahead here. I'm sharing it out on
yeah, we're sharing it out, ladies and gentlemen. Because there's some good content coming up.
Yep. Yes. Okay, old ladies wear lipstick. Okay, that's
just going to Twitter. There we go.
You know, I'm a mess right now. I'm in my pajamas, so you know, it was either this or I wasn't coming on. So, and I'll tell you all, you know, because I started college today, and it's all online right now until the schools open up, and it's overwhelming. So,
I know.
Let me see what's wrong here. That's not a group. I'm not in a group there.
There we go.
Old ladies wear lipstick.
Morning, Bruce. Good morning, Justin. Good morning.
Hello, everybody. I am over here being a mess.
I didn't think you were a mess in our green room. You were fine. You were absolutely
fine. Thank you. Okay, let me see what we're doing here. Okay.
So I'm YouTubing on one end, and Bruce, I am absolutely fabulous today, and I'll tell about a story soon, but how you can be fabulous even with your stories.
Hey, Norgus, welcome. Welcome, Christina. Welcome, Bruce. Welcome, Mr. Wondering Haggis. Welcome anybody that comes on here that I don't see. Welcome. I was on. Norgus knows that I'm stressed today. I started college. My college classes opened up at midnight. Overwhelming, a mountain worth of college work. I'm in my pajamas. You can see it. I went out running in my pajamas. I mean, everybody knows me here, so they're like, there's the lady. There she goes running in her pajamas. I went running 5 miles in my pajamas. I'm going to be working till midnight on my classes. So anyhow, Judy has a great story to tell.
I do. I'm just sharing it out here. Let me come back into center here. So I do, because it's about, and I did a YouTube about it this morning, and maybe I'll post it a little later, but it's about intentions that go awry. And I think, you know, we all have intentions, and we're echoing. Let's see what's going on. Is it because it's on Facebook?
No. Is it my fan? I put my fan on over here.
No, there's an echo, but maybe it stopped now. I think it stopped.
Oh, I have to say, Cynthia, your hair is beautiful today.
She's puffed it out a little bit. She's
She's getting more fabulous every time she comes on here.
Yes, well, Diana Brand does too, because it's like, which one today, right?
Oh, I'm in my pajamas, so I don't count today.
You can't tell. But now that you told us, we're going to keep looking to see what type of pajamas she's wearing, aren't we, ladies?
Well, you know, they're just pajamas, you know, and I did go running in my pajamas past all the golf courses.
Well, there's pajamas, and then there's pajamas.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, can I stand up and show my my shirt that represents my channel, Diana?
Absolutely. Promote yourself.
There you go.
That's yes.
Norgus just did her live, and she is always amazing, always fantastic. Norgus are. Everybody subscribe. Everybody subscribe to Judy and to Cynthia. Yep.
Do we have our own links up there? Is someone putting our links in there for us? I wonder.
We don't. Gina's going to come on, but she's at a doctor's appointment, so I'm not sure when she's going to get here. So we're just keeping an eye on any.
Cynthia's doing it. Cynthia's on it.
Okay. Okay.
Cynthia knows how to do hers, which is sad.
Hang on. I'll stick mine in and then let's see.
Yeah.
Yes. It's always interesting when we go to do lives and all of this work that we have to do to get there, right? There, Cynthia, I stuck it in the conversation.
I tweeted it, Diana.
Thank you. Make sure to push this out, Judy, Norga, Cynthia.
I did.
If you can, I pushed it out everywhere. The problem I'm having is they're not pushing it out. They push it out 12 hours after the live has been done. And then everybody jumps on, and that's when we get all of our views 12 hours later in replay. And people think it's live, and it's not at that time. It's in replay. This is live. Yeah. So I have no idea why YouTube does that, but they do. And so, you know, what can we do until they figure it out? So hopefully people will jump on, and if they don't jump on, they'll see it in replay.
Did you see it, Cynthia?
That you put mine up?
No, you couldn't find mine, you said.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, sorry. I tried to do it from my phone.
Welcome, Rolando.
It's not putting mine up, so I'm typing it in.
Good. Hey, Rolando, thank you, Rolando, for being here. We appreciate you. He has a big channel. Chuche and Nicole channel, welcome. Thank you, Justin and Christina. Thank you. Everyone, share it out, please. We appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Quinonan, welcome. See, the problem is 90% of the people don't know I'm on until 12 hours later.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And, you know, I have over 6K and probably only 100 people actually get notifications. So, or maybe not even that. I don't know. But nonetheless, people watch it in replay. And of course, the views jump up at that particular point. So, but Judy was talking about, and you were talking about your life lesson today.
Oh, yeah. So it's a story about when good intentions go awry. And so when I get inspired, like Diana Brienne, we get a lot of downloads all the time. So I'm constantly being inspired, whether I'm writing or doing a quick video. I do like 1 minute, 2 minute videos like Diana Brienne, or I do 20 minutes or half an hour teaching. So anyway, this morning I woke up and I had a great intention of coming up to the upper floor and doing some yoga stretches. And some of you don't know this, but I've been under renos for 10 months. So I just moved into my bedroom 3 nights ago and got a new living room set of a couch, love seat, and chair 2 days ago. So I woke up this morning and I'm stretching in bed and going, yes, I'm going to come upstairs and I'm going to pull out a yoga mat and do some stretches. And then I thought, well, I could do it downstairs because I have heated floors down there. And I thought, no, there's too many boxes and I'd have to move boxes, but I'll go upstairs. So I laid in bed longer than I normally do because I was just reflecting on yesterday and today and how grateful I was. So I came upstairs and did my thing and I sat down and went, okay, I'm going to do stretches. And I looked around and I realized because I got all new furniture, there's no room. So I went, oh yeah, great. Good intentions that are going awry. And I went, no, let's turn this around a bit. They don't have to go awry. The intention was to move my body, to stretch my body. And I looked around and I went, well, you know, I don't have a carpet under my living room area, so I can just go like this to the love seat, move it over to the side, get my yoga mat down, and that way good intentions won't go awry. Has it happened yet? So here's why. I'll blame Diana Brienne in a good way. Diana texts me and goes, well, I'm not sure about today, but maybe later. Oh, we're going to go shortly. And I'm going, oh my God. Okay, so I better get out of my pajamas and I better text some people and make some phone calls. And I have a fireplace guy coming any minute, which I may have to stop this for a few minutes because he's coming to see if I need a new insert. And I'm going, oh my gosh, no yoga stretching this morning. But here's the thing. It's good intentions that went awry because I expected it to happen this morning.
Yep.
It's going to happen later. So it's still a good intention that won't go awry, but in the moment it did. And we all know what that feels like. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to garden. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to, do this, do that. And we don't do it. And thank you, Bruce, for watching and following me. And, it's about, and this is the new self-care essential course that my virtual assistant and I are getting ready to do. It's about making sure that you do self-care in bigger ways than ever before. So I will do some yoga stretching. I definitely will. I will go up and down those stairs at least 50 times today because I have to, because I'm moving my boxes around.
Come run with me, Judy, in your pajamas.
Yes.
I'm in my pajamas. When you said that I messaged you this morning, the first thought I woke up with was, I am not doing a live today. I am buried under college homework. And I'm just buried under it. And then I thought, you know what? I thought, well, what if I did the live in my pajamas? And then I thought, but you know what? I want to go for a run first and unstress because I'm going to be up till midnight just doing work. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go out in my pajamas and go running. And I put my running shoes on in these pajamas and I went out running. And in my pajamas, I was fearless. And so Judy is right. I didn't know. I was like, okay, I'm not going on. Yes, I'm going on. Should I go on? How should I go on? Who's going to come on? Who's going to see us? But we came on anyhow. And Judy's so right.
And good for you, Bruce. Bruce is in sweats, shirt, and slippers. And really, what does it matter? What does it matter what we're wearing? I mean, obviously, if you're going to answer the door, you don't want to be wearing your skivvies.
Absolutely.
So, it's about what does it really matter what we're wearing? And right now, I could be sitting here and nothing on the bottom, and it wouldn't matter because you would know.
Yeah.
Unless I had to get up to answer the door because the fireplace guy's coming, then you're going to go, oh my goodness, Judy, you.
You're right. I'm like, as long as everything from here up looks good, all right.
Remember when we were first in lockdown and all the memes on social media were showing all these pictures of people working from home and they're in their business suit and yet underneath they have the underwear and the kids sitting on the floor playing and the dog chewing a bone and yet the guy in his business suit looks so professional at his office desk. I love them. It's amazing how we can deceive.
Yeah.
Right? I got by with it in my kitchen. The way my setup was when I walked away from the camera. But see now, when I go down the hallway, I'm like, my husband said, well, bring the coffee to me. And I'm like, oh man, I got on these skinny jeans. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got out of camera. I pulled up what needed to be pulled up, pulled down my shirt, tried to straighten everything up, walked down there. He had me, then he said, oh, come walk the back door. I'm like, oh gosh, not again. Stand up on the side, put everything where it needs to be. Do the walk of shame down my hallway. And I'm like, okay.
I know. Thank you, JLM Bridal Boutique. Hugging you back. Thank you.
So how do you ladies feel about coming on here on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis?
Yeah, I really think because of the comments we're getting that we are helping inspire people to a better life. And Diana, Brianna, and I, we know that that's what we do for a living. At least I do that for a living. It's not, I don't believe in working for a job. I believe in living your passions and your purpose, and you always get remunerated. But I've been doing that for a long time. So what we're doing here is inspiring others through conversation. I'm not in my coaching mode where I'm helping people with ascension symptoms or depression or anxiety or PTSD or anything like that. I'm in a mode of sharing my, normal day-to-day stories about who I am, that I am a work in progress like everybody else, and good intentions that go awry. And how I switched it into I will just do it later, which isn't a procrastination thing. It's just that, no, I can't accommodate that at the moment. Just like Diana Brand changed everything up to accommodate what she needed to this morning. So I agree with you, Diana Brand. A regular basis will help people to know that we're on at a certain time, time-ish, right?
Time-ish, yeah. We don't know exactly what time.
I was in live and it popped up.
Who knows?
Diana said, we're going to go live later. I said, okay, yeah, I'll come on. Then all of a sudden I look to my right. I get a pop-up message and it says, we're going on now. And I'm like, Okay, everybody. Well, I've been on 3 hours, and this is Diana's channel. And you guys, if you want to follow just some more kooky old women, here we go again. Just follow us over, and then boom, I was out.
Right. But you know what? I think the thing that's really cool about this is I think that other people are getting inspiration from it, but we're getting it from each other too.
Yeah,
Because after we had our show, right after we had our show yesterday, and then I woke up this morning and I don't get out of bed before 9 o'clock in the morning because I don't have to, so I don't. At 6 o'clock this morning, I was wide awake, going, "Okay, why am I awake? What am I doing?" And then I remember what you said yesterday, Judy, and I said, "You know what? No, this is going to be an awesome day because I said so. It's just gonna be, and
absolutely.
it helps. You
Absolutely.
know, that mindset helps.
It does. And it's the mindset and actually feeling it from the mind into the actual action part of it, right?
Right?
Because we can have a mind that wants something, but we don't follow it through. So in order for it to be a new mindset, we actually have to do the action part of it that feels good. And not that there's anything wrong with staying in bed. In fact, I stayed in bed a lot longer this morning, like an hour and a half, going in and out of sleep. And I'm going, okay, what's going on? And then I realized, because I'm also in tune with the Earth's energies that happen, the fluctuation of the Schumann resonance and things like that, I know when the energies are changing on this planet. So it's like, oh, no wonder I need to stay in bed longer. And I honor that about myself, about this human physical body, that it needed to stay in bed longer. And I didn't say, oh, you lazy so-and-so, or no, you have to get up and do those yoga stretches, or start your day. It was like, no, I need to listen to what my body is asking me to do right now and honor that without feeling, oh,
Yeah.
here's the tricky part, without feeling guilty. Right?
Right. Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I do that when I'm having bad days with my back, and then I have to stay down, and then all I do all day long is I'm like, I should be up doing this, I should be up doing that, I should be,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easy to beat yourself up.
Well, it is, and especially with those that have physical ailments. Like I think, Norgus, you have a physical ailment too, and Cynthia,
Yeah.
right? It's really hard to function, as they say, normally,
Yes.
Right.
because your body is sort of dictating to you what you need to do when you need to do it. And according to what's happening, whether what you ate, or as I say, what's happening, if the sun and the moon and the heat and the cold or whatever is happening, is to honor that within yourself. So good for you girls to be able to do that for yourself.
Well, my husband, he
Guilty.
really helps me, because sometimes if I'm feeling like, oh, I got to get up early, start with, I said, baby, is it all right if I go on YouTube? It was all new to us. I didn't know if you was going to get crazy folks, come
Yeah.
on YouTube. But no, now it's like, well, honey, are you you're gonna do your show, aren't you? I'm so tired. He said, well, you need to get on up and do it, and then I feel better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he encourages what
You
I
do.
do.
See, I wasn't going to come on today. I mean, I had said to myself very firmly, I'm not going on today. That I'm overwhelmed with schoolwork. And,
Yep.
and when I say overwhelmed, I mean overwhelmed in a good way. I don't mean in a bad way.
Yeah.
I made straight A's last semester, and I'll make straight A's this semester, but it's just a lot of work. And I know that I'm going to be on studying till midnight. So I thought, you know what? This is my thing. I love to come on live. I'm going to go ahead. Maybe I'm in my pajamas. Maybe I'm a mess. But that's okay. I'm more than just wisdom. Part of wisdom is being okay with who you are at different stages of your day and your life.
Yeah.
It is. It is. That's the not only the wisdom, but the maturity of being a woman who's empowered by who she is.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to be okay with the fact that about early afternoon, I just really need to lay back down for an hour. And to be able to just go do that and not feel bad about it. But yeah.
See, I have a hard time listening to my body, Judy, because when so many people, like all the great people out there in chat, we get their energy, and it's like what they give. People say, well, we love what you do on the panel, but what we get from all of you guys out there, so much energy, but sometimes after I get off, I should rest. I should do the resting for a certain amount of time, then get back up and doing something.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, if you don't just go and do it, um, uh, when you have spinal problems from the neck down, you know, if you don't do it, you're not going to get it done. You got to do it when you have that energy.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do the pacing with
Right.
it.
Well,
That's where I was at yesterday, because when I had to leave early yesterday because it was getting ready to rain, and we had to get some more gardening and stuff planted. And we're out there planting that garden. I'm telling you what, I thought I was going to fall apart. My back was hurting so bad. But
Yeah,
you got to get it done, and so I got it done, and then I went to bed at 6:30. So,
you see, I would say I don't have to get it done. I have to get myself done first.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I've been practicing that for years, about making sure I put myself first, because we've been taught to put ourselves last, to put everything and everybody first, no matter what. And it never pays off. You know, what happens with a lot of women as they go through their life of putting everything and everybody first. And here's an analogy. When I was speaking on a World Peace Day event on stage, and I was talking about the average woman, and let's say she's in her 40s, right? And so she gets up in the morning, she's got an average of 3 kids. She gets them out of bed, has to get them out of bed 2 or 3 times, make sure their clothes are out and ready, right? Make sure their lunch is done, make sure the breakfast is made. But in the meantime, she's brushing her teeth, getting herself ready to get out the door. Her husband's probably already gone to work, which she had to make, get him ready to go. Then she has to feed the dog and walk the dog. And then she has to remind the kids again. And then she has to make sure they have their homework. And then has to find their homework, right? And then, I have to let the dog back in. And then I got to feed the cat. Oh, I forgot to shut the fridge. The stove's still on. And, now I got to pull my skirt down and get out the door. And then work all day, and then rush home and get groceries, and then rush home and take one of the kids to soccer or basketball or skating or whatever, then help with the homework and then start the dinner. Meanwhile, she's still in her work clothes, right? And then the husband comes home and he needs time with her, and then the kids need homework time, and then the phone rings because mother's sick and you have to go over, and then you finish the dishes, and then you start to make the lunch for the next day, and you realize you're still in your work clothes, and it's 11 o'clock and you sit down at night and your husband wants to go to bed, and the husband goes, honey, you awake? Right? And and it's like, she's done. She's absolutely done. And we have been so trained to put all of that ahead of everything else, that what happens in our 50s, especially in our 50s, we start to build up a resentment of, why the hell have I not been able to look after myself? What have I been doing everything for everybody else for? Meanwhile, most of the time, they're not appreciative. Most of the time, right? So there you are as a woman standing there, having worked to the bone, your fingers to the bone, so to speak, and you haven't put yourself first. And a lot of them go into a deep depression instead of turning it around and saying, okay, what do I need to start to do for me? And first of all, how do I do it? How do I start to look after me? And that's the stage we're at with so many women. And I bet you if we took a poll of the amount of women that were going to watch this in the replay and now, they would all say, yeah, that's me, or has been me, or still is me, right?
Yeah.
And that's the struggle. That's the real struggle with women, especially women. Men, not so much. It's uncanny. Men have an incredible way of saying, I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to go for a round of golf. I'm going to go out on the road and ice skate. They know how to look after themselves and remove themselves to do something that feels good to themselves. Or I'm going to go out for a drink with the boys at the bar and play darts or something. They can freely do that because they've made a choice to do that. We as women think that we can't do that, right? So hopefully, with what we're doing here with us ladies, and Scott as well, is helping to inspire women to really get empowered in themselves and to start to live their best life.
Yeah.
Well, I have my husband now. He'll fix me coffee and bring it to me. And, first time I ever did that, I said, well, thank you, baby.
Nice.
But, it's just something now that he caters to me since I had so many surgeries. And he saw that I wasn't Superman or Superman. And he thinks I am, because I have always just went from surgery and just popped out on the other end just fine.
Right.
But he did start showing, doing things more for me, and that's good after 34 years. I believe me.
Well, you deserve it. You deserve it. And isn't it a shame in a sense you had to wait till there was something physically wrong with you before you got what you deserve?
Scott, welcome, Scott. And Scott, I think
Thank you, everybody.
whatever is in the background comes on. You look great, Scott. Scott said he had to take a shower
Thank you very
before he
much.
got on.
Oh my goodness.
Scott.
And I'm still sweating up, so I don't know. How
Yes,
you doing?
It's not
I
television.
stink pretty now. I'm all good.
You're all
You know what? Isn't that funny? Every time before I do a live, no matter what, deodorant on, put the perfume on, brush teeth, and I'm like, they can't, they don't know.
yeah.
But I know.
Hey, we have some great people, and can we shout out a few people?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do that, and then we're going to go back to our conversation, and Scott can join in and talk, and all of us. But let's shout out some of the people here. Like Cadence Channel is here. She or he, I don't know, is new to our channel, and Cadence says they play Taekwondo. Authentic Max is here. Mr. I'm trying to think of the name here. I have to go back. Elias, Jessica. These are all great channels. Bruce, Angelo, Quinonen, Judy, or Scott, can some of you shout some of the channels out as we go? Can you kind of scroll up?
Yeah,
Anybody?
absolutely.
NASCAR Man 3345. He's part of me. He helped me get to where I could be this outgoing. So he used to be on my panel, still comes on my panel, and would tell me, stop saying that. When I said, why do people come? Why they stop putting yourself down? So NASCAR Man 3345. He's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Gotta say it.
Good. And I don't know anybody here aside from Scott right now.
And Elias.
Right. And of course, Cynthia and Norgus, right? Because these are all Diana's friends. And some of them are becoming mine as we do these lives.
All of my friends will become yours, and your friends will become mine. And
Absolutely.
Scott, make sure you share this out on your channels if you can. And,
Yeah.
and your pages. And NASCAR, welcome. And Gearlaeus Diaries. Gearlaeus Diaries is here. And, I don't know who I missed. So, Carolina Hillbilly. Hey.
There he is.
There he is.
Judy K.
Yeah.
He calls me Judy K. Judy K. And sometimes he'll go, Martini is not a Southern name. I'm not calling you Martini. I'm calling you Judy K. instead of Judy K. Martini.
Hey, Carolina, you want to come up and join us for a moment? You can come up for like 2 or 3 minutes if you want.
Yes, come on in.
We'd love to have you. Come on up.
We would.
Get your
Hey there,
webcam
Bruce
ready.
Davis.
Come on up. I'll put the stream in here, and I'll give everybody a chance in a little bit to come up. Whoever wants to come up for 2 or 3 minutes and talk. Now, Carolina has his channel comes on at 4:30 every day, and he has an amazing channel. Anyone that wants to grow their channel goes to Carolina Hillbilly.
Hi, Girls Diaries. I can't say it exactly like it says, but hey.
Gearlaeus
Hey,
Diaries.
Quinonian Vlogs. Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for coming
I was
by.
going to say quinoa, but it's
Yep. Whoever we missed, put a comment in there and we will shout you out. We may not shout you out at that moment, but we will. You know what?
Carolina, come
We
on.
want to watch you eat Oreos. We want to watch you do that. You're watching.
know.
I'm in my pajamas. I'm back in college online because the school's closed and I'm in my pajamas. So Moho, English, Irish, White Queen, welcome. And let's see, Cadence is coming on chill. Let's see. It says devices not connected.
Hi, Angelo Vlog.
Shout out there.
Well, Carolina would love to come on and listen to me talk about healthy eating.
Mm.
I told him
I'm just busy here
he asked
sharing
what I was going to eat, and
the
I
stream
said,
on the interweb here,
chia
guys.
pudding. And he goes, "What the heck is chia pudding? It's probably that healthy food you're eating there, Judy." And I said, "Yeah, it's good. It's good healthy food too, Carolina. Chia pudding."
I'm going to bring up Cadence. Well, Cadence was here and then Cadence disappeared. So I don't know what happened. Carolina, are you coming up?
Look, everybody they're showing they're planting their vegetables, showing their flowers. So
Yeah.
I haven't uploaded the pictures yet, but I showed my beautiful flowers. They're yellow. They're called dandelions in the South, but they're pretty. And and then I got over to my garden. It's where the blackberry vines have went in on the baby's breath plant. Big old huge blackberries. So I just go out there and I was picking one. I'm like, here's my my little healthy snack.
Yep.
And stand out there just picking my blackberries. Those vines shouldn't be there, but I'm leaving them until the blackberries are through.
Oh my
I'll tell
God,
you-
Authentic Max is having a tuna sandwich and a fried egg with a cheese
Oh,
sandwich.
good.
I'm vegan, but that sounds so good. It sounds
I
so
know.
good.
I'm half vegetarian, and I'll tell you a funny story about, because we're in lockdown, and one of my senior friends who's in his 80s, he goes to the health food store and goes shopping for me because I eat all organic. So I have a list for him of mangoes, avocado, cilantro, parsley. And he gets in the store and he calls me and he goes, "What's a mango? What does it look like?" So I try to direct him to where the mangoes are, and he has to ask for help. So here's an old man asking for help. He's already in a health food store and he has to ask what a mango looks like. So you can imagine the staff going, "Sir, you're in a health food store?" And then on the list is an avocado. He goes, "What do the avocados look like?" I said, "They're right with the bananas." And he goes, "Are they green and about the size of a fist?" I said, "Yes, you got it." And then he says, "What about cilantro?" And I says, because I know the store. I said, "Turn around and it's in the
same as
section."
coriander.
Yeah, same as coriander, but cilantro is easier for the green, right? The coriander is when you really make it into a herb, a spice. Anyway, he has to ask
Yeah,
for
it's
that.
more
So
dry.
it's funny. It's just a funny story. Every day I send him in there for like stevia, because I don't do anything white. And stevia is a plant-based sweetener. And he goes, "What the heck is stevia?" So it's just a funny story, but he's so
It's a sugar
he is a
substitute.
senior citizen helping to look after me. So it takes
much sweeter.
community to help community. So there's another funny story for you, as well as the affirmations gone awry one that I started with. And Scott, you eat fairly healthy, don't you?
I try
Cheese
to.
burgers.
I
I
thought
actually got to
cheese
get the
burgers.
bottom. I actually got to get the bottom element in my stove fixed because my broil works, but my element on the bottom don't work. So I have a bunch of chicken and steak and pork chops and stuff that I got to be able to cook, and I got to fix that because I can't cook properly at the moment. So I do my best.
there you go.
I'm sorry. It
Well,
was a Pop-Tart. Strawberry Pop-Tart. I
Yeah,
am so
yeah.
sorry.
My landlord just wants me to replace it, and he's just gonna take it off my rent or something.
Judy K is saying all the cuss words. Yeah, I know, Carolina Hillbilly.
Do we have cuss words?
Red
Yeah,
pepper
he's
and
saying,
basil.
"Oh my," Judy K is saying all those cuss words, those health
Oh,
foods.
Judy K is saying all those cuss words. Okay, I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we're in the chat.
And
Mangoes,
NASCAR man
avocados,
said
cilantro.
red pepper and basil hummus.
Yum. There we go. You see, because I took a lot of courses in nutrition back about 35 years ago. I'm well acquainted with what's in food and non-food and how to cook. And I used to what the fun thing I used to love to do back about 15 years ago, when a client wanted to revamp their whole lifestyle with food. So what I would do is first I would find out their favorite foods. I would then go into their home, into their kitchen, into their cupboards, into their pantries, and pull out everything that was not healthy. And most of the time it was bare, right? But don't forget, they've given me permission. They've paid me to do this. And then we start, and I take them to the grocery store. And I show them that the real food is on the outside of the aisles of the grocery store, not in the middle. And so they have to get used to that. And then I bring them back home and we start to cook recipes with some of the foods they like. Sweet potatoes, chia seed there, Carolina, things like that. And so they start to revamp their lives. But it's really hard to know what to eat if you haven't been educated in it. We're told the store is just full of food, and unless you just grab to go.
Well, yeah. Well, the most like healthier stuff is on the top shelves, right? Unless you're in like the natural value department in a store, like I used to work in as well. Everything on the most healthy stuff is on the top shelves. So people are not gonna if they don't want to grab what's most healthy, they're just gonna grab what's convenient.
Well, not in Canada, not here. Like they have special natural or organic sections in grocery stores now, or stores that are actually dedicated, right?
I worked at the superstore, and I was actually like in charge of the National Value department.
Ah,
I worked
Judy
in Leamington.
K, you better bring those 3 dump trucks to my house to empty all the food, Carolina. That would be funny, walking into your house then. If you're saying that and you're having an Oreo cookie, I think that would be we need to do a live show on that. And because I produce television shows, Carolina Hillbilly, I could bring a film crew and we could go through your house and your kitchen and your cupboards and revitalize Caroline Hillbilly into a vegan. No keto into a vegan. No, Carolina Hillbilly into a fruitarian.
See, I could be a I mean, I love vegetables, and I love fruit and vegetables. I could do without meat. But look, hummus. The word hummus kind of grosses me out. But isn't it made from chickpeas?
Yes.
Yes.
See, I could eat chickpeas forever. If I mashed up the chickpeas, I could eat it. But just the word hummus sounds gross to me.
I know. I can't bring myself to eat it. I don't know why. It's just a thing.
Well, you can make red pepper hummus. You can put roasted red peppers in the chickpeas. You can make kale and pesto hummus. Like, there's so many things that you can do, to change. Because you got to find out first what you like to eat. And obviously,
chickpeas.
If you love sweets, a whole bunch of sweets, you probably have overgrown yeast happening, right? If you're craving a lot of sweets. But there's a lot of good so-called health foods, right, Carolina Hillbilly? There's a lot of good foods. Like you said, hummus. It's very nutritious and healthy, and it's good for you.
Yeah.
So I'm just still giggling at going to Carolina Hillbilly's house with 3 dump trucks and taking a film crew in there.
It'd be like Hoarders, an episode of Hoarders. So you'd go in there like food hoarders. Let go of the chips. You can do this. And then you have 2 people say, you can do this. Let go of the chips.
Let go of those chips. Give me that Oreo bag cookies right now. He would fight on that one. Jessica Love says, goodness me is where I like to shop. Yes, my daughter likes to shop there too. Goodness me. And, speaking of fruitarian, I have a middle son because I have 5 kids. Ranging 30, the twins are 36 to 47. And my middle son became a fruitarian with his partner. They've ate nothing but fruit for the last 2 years. Now, they deviate a bit, but they eat raw, everything raw, nothing cooked. So it's amazing how his health is totally restored. His skin texture, his weight, he's not bloated. If you're bloated, you've got some digestive problems big time. It's probably yeast as well. So Carolina Hillbilly says, taters, maters, green peas, corn, and watermelon. The only thing I eat from the dirt. Well, that's good. Those are all wonderful. Good for you. Mm-hmm. No, and Pop-Tarts don't come from the dirt, Carolina Hillbilly.
The strawberries do.
Macaroni and cheese is a vegetable, so.
It's not even a food group.
No, it isn't. Right. No, it isn't at all. You know what? Food is so important. I mean, I learned this when I was doing courses years ago, when I was more or less a healthcare practitioner than a life coach. And it was like, it started to make sense. If I felt really awful after eating a certain food and I'm burping and farting and feeling bloated and lethargic, it's like, oh, well, it's because of that food. And so I would eat it again a couple of days later and I would feel the same way. And I'm going, well, let's not eat that food and let's see how we feel. This is
something different.
Yeah, you feel different. And then you eat an energizing food like watermelon, and all of a sudden you feel light and you feel like you've got energy and you can think straight. And it's like you start putting 2 to 2 together and you go, oh, so I do become what I eat. You've heard of that saying, you are what you eat. That's the truth.
Yes.
And if you have weight problems, it's because, number one, what you're eating, but it's also emotional. But that's a whole different subject. So it is important to eat, but it's also important to eat for pleasure. You can't, if you're going to eat because something is healthy and it doesn't taste good, it's not going to do you any good. Mm-hmm. You got to eat for the sake of wanting to taste something really delicious. And watermelon, how about strawberries drizzled with a bit of balsamic vinegar, things, or strawberries dipped in wonderful chocolate that's 85% cocoa, like that's delicious. So choose your food that tastes good. And it doesn't always have to be 100% on the healthy scale. You deviate once in a while. Because
Choose
you only
your
live
vices wisely, right? Choose your vices wisely.
Yeah.
Look, I would take an avocado over a Pop-Tart any day. I grew up when I was raised in California. We grew up there. That's where I'm from. We had avocado trees. They just fell like pears on the ground.
Oh.
So I knew what they taste like, but my mother-in-law didn't. I said, "Oh, you got to taste this." So I just scoop them right out. I happen them. I scoop them out with a spoon.
Me too.
You know, I love them myself.
Well, guess what was on my breakfast plate this morning? A whole avocado, and I didn't even scoop it. I just cut it in half and squished it out, put olive oil and some salt on it. I love them. They're so healthy for you. They're so good. Strawberries dipped in Cool Whip and chocolate syrup. Well, most of that's really healthy, Carolina. Yes, most of it's really healthy.
And I don't like strawberries dipped in chocolate. Everybody gets those at Valentine's. I don't know. I don't know. The two things don't go together with me.
Oh, yum! So chicken, strawberry, feta, and walnut salad with homemade balsamic vinegar. Awesome.
Oh, Derek, you make me hungry.
How do we say that, NASCAR man? Good for you. Yeah. Wow, you made that yourself? That's awesome.
He was a chef before his stroke.
Wow, there we go, NASCAR man. Wonderful. Oh. Yes, no wonder you've got those ingredients together, because that's what I do as well. I would put all of those together, and I cook for myself every day. I don't eat out. Very rarely do I eat out unless there's a special occasion. I buy plant-based, farm-raised, organic, and I cook for myself every single day. So what NASCAR made for himself is exactly what I would make for lunch. Yeah. So, yes, cool.
My middle son went to school and is a trained chef. Yeah. And so when he first came home from school, you know, and I was in there cooking, you know, stuff, and he's like, "Mom, if you just put this," and I was like, "Stop that. I have been feeding you for over 30 years and you are not dead. Get away from my stove." You know, I just like was very offended, you know. But then, you know, after we got talking and stuff, and he goes, "But he said, you don't understand." He said, "I understand you cook the way you do because of how you were raised and stuff like that. But just try this, you know." And so I would try a thing. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing," you know. So a lot of things have shifted now. When he came home with the snails and stuff, and then that was no. I said, "I'm not doing that." I looked like a slug, and I was not eating it.
Oh, I know. I stop at that too. I used to, and oysters and things years ago. NASCAR man, please send me that recipe.
I know. That's what I was thinking too.
But can we substitute dairy? Can we substitute dairy? I don't do dairy anymore, except very little.
Hi, Rowdy.
Pizza crusts are really good.
Look, we've been friends for a year. He ain't shared no recipes with me. Period. You would be on your couch eating ice cream for breakfast when you would come on mine every day.
All right, Carolina, Duke's mayonnaise is a Southern thing because we have that here.
My manly mayonnaise.
Well, Carolina,
have you ever made the pizza crust with cauliflower?
Yes.
Yes, I love it.
I have not tried that yet. No, I love cauliflower, so I want to try that.
I love
really
cauliflower.
easy.
Yeah, we need
really
another
easy.
manly person on the panel here, guys. Who else wants to come up?
Well, Carolina Hillbilly does.
We're trying to get Carolina or Pinoy, but
I'm supposed to be spreading my manly scent on the stream here. So
Carolina Hillbilly
good, Scott. You're doing
he
good.
made a fried spam, fried egg, cheese and Duke's mayonnaise sandwich for breakfast, and chocolate pound cake.
Mm-hmm.
wow,
A man's breakfast, a Northern Carolina man's breakfast. Yes, Carolina, come on and join us for a little bit.
I just had a breakfast drink. That's all I had. But I don't eat well in the mornings. Like it makes me sick to my stomach to eat early in the morning. And so
are you on medication?
I know, huh? I used to think that I stopped it all.
Oh, I was going to say, because sometimes that will not, let you have an appetite first thing in the morning.
Right. No, I've been like that for years. And so I finally just got a breakfast shake, and that's what I drink in the mornings, and we call it good.
But
Something
that's
going
breakfast. That's breakfast, Cynthia. Carolina Hillbilly's taking notes for his live stream today. Yeah.
Is that what we all do? We take
putting the recipe
Panoy,
away.
why don't you come up, Panoy Ahoy? Come on up. I'll put the stream in. Let me know if you want to come up.
Hi. Is that what we do? Do we each take bits and pieces?
Bruce Davis is going to come up for a moment and say hello and shout out his channel. I'm going to let Bruce Davis on for a moment. Here, Bruce. There's Bruce. Shout
Hi, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Hi,
Hi, how are
Hey,
you?
Bruce.
Hey, Scott. How are you guys doing?
Hey, I'm
Awesome.
good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Staying safe. That's about it.
How's your
staying
channel
safe
doing
and
over
social
there, Bruce?
distancing.
What's your channel about, Bruce? Tell a little bit about your channel. I think we lost sound with Bruce. Bruce, we lost you.
And NASCAR man said he could jump in and out quick.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Bruce, you go ahead and fix
That'd
it,
be
and then I'll
great.
bring you back up, Bruce. I'll bring you back up. Bruce, I'll bring you back up in a moment, okay? Because your sound was not there. NASCAR, if you want to come up for a moment, let me put the stream in. And Bruce, I'll bring you back up in a moment. Your sound was off.
Hey, Norgasar.
Hey, look,
Jessica Love, welcome.
Derry, this NASCAR man's first person on YouTube I could say, well, I love you. Okay, see you later. I love you, wifey. And, you know, my husband had just kind of waved. So, you know, it's been great. Hey.
There he is.
Hey, that's
Hey.
NASCAR man.
Hey,
Woohoo!
NASCAR
Hi
man.
guys, how you doing?
Hey, NASCAR, share this out so your friends can
Doing
see it.
good.
Yep, I already did.
But thank
So-
you, NASCAR.
Yep, I'm just sitting here getting ready. I have an auction at 2:00. I usually do it on Mondays, but today, because of the holiday yesterday, I'm doing it today.
Right.
But
Oh, sweet. What are you auctioning off?
video games, toys, jewelry, you name it, I got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on. That's exciting.
Then, of course, Darlene knows I do my racing on Wednesdays and Fridays. We actually, and Darlene races herself. We race our little Hot Wheels.
Very cool. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, awesome. I used to do that actually with my cousins.
Yeah, but we actually have a track I set up and everything. So
Sweet. That's awesome.
yeah.
And so you
I
used to be a chef.
I used to do the slot car racing as well.
Yep, I do that too.
I just shared it out
Yeah.
there.
Thanks, Darlene. But yeah, no, you can use cauliflower instead of
Rice.
yogurt, and you can also make an Alfredo sauce with the cauliflower.
Yes, I do that a lot. I
Yeah.
used to do
Yeah,
that
we
a lot.
sell,
when
we
I
sell a lot of cauliflower broccoli at the store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because what happens, I used to, when I first started working again in the restaurant business, I was at Olive Garden, and my general manager, his daughter was is lactose intolerant, so he was a trained chef in Japan, and he couldn't figure out how to get her to eat anything there at the restaurant. So I would literally, when they would come in, I'd make a small batch of the cauliflower Alfredo sauce because she loved it. But
Yeah.
and he was all like, "Oh my God, thank you so very much." So
A lot of times when I'm making a dish that calls for a potato, I'll
Mhm.
use the cauliflower in place of it, and it works out very well.
yep, and then you can use
Awesome.
Gonna
you ever
auction
use
off toilet paper.
yeah.
I know. I just seen that.
So yeah, they the other thing you can do is it's a little bit less with the carbs is the Portuguese purple potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can use those too because we have those around here all the time because my area is pretty much dedicated Portuguese around here, so you can find anything like that.
Awesome.
What about rapini, NASCAR man?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'd rather use. I can't. The worst thing was when I hate quinoa. I can't stand quinoa. People try to. Oh, I need you to make this as a meal. No, I'm not making it. I'm not making it. I love making. My son makes a lasagna, but we're trying to get him to make a vegetable lasagna.
Yeah.
You can do that. He's getting better. He loves making steaks, and he's a grill guy. So
Right
He's
on.
a girl guy.
yeah.
Caroline and Billy.
What is your channel about, NASCAR, so that
Yes.
everybody knows what your channel is about?
My channel is pretty much the auctions and talk about vintage toys and how to customize vintage toys. Take them back as if you find them all broken up, and you can repair them. How to repair stuff, and then the racing on Wednesday and Fridays. So I usually go searching. I'm gonna start now that the flea markets are starting to open up again. I'll be taking my camera to the flea markets and everything. So I'm also visually impaired. So I have the disability where I lost the vision in my right eye just for my first stroke, and just so I have to do everything pretty much with one eye. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm all excited because the Amish auctions are starting here. So they
Mhm.
do produce auctions here.
Yep.
So I don't have to grow as much as I used to because I'll just go there and do it. But then,
Oh, wow.
you know, the family kind of wigs out when I come home with 38 cases of stuff at one time.
Well, that's just for the auction today.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What time are you coming on, NASCAR, so we can let people know?
2:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, 2:00.
Very
2:00
cool.
NASCAR.
Yep.
Hey, NASCAR, one day, would you like to come on and like be one of our guest hosts up here?
Whenever I'm home every day, and just
Okay.
my son's finishing up school this week, so I can pretty much
How
So
about NASCAR? Connect with me over on Facebook so I can message you. It's under my same name. Connect
Okay.
with me there, and that way I can just message you like I do Scott, Norgus, Judy, Cynthia, and I just say, hey,
Okay.
I'm on. Would you like to jump on?
okay, that's fine.
Okay, we'll do that where it doesn't mess up your lives.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for letting me come on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice to
Yeah,
meet
great
you.
seeing you.
Bye. Thank you. That's great.
Brian 3355.
Bye.
Did someone put his link up for us?
I was just looking for it. I didn't see it.
And Scott's
Hello,
link as
Humble.
well?
Hello.
I will.
This is Humble. He'd like to shout out his channel. Hello. Okay.
Hi,
Welcome,
how are
welcome.
you? How are you?
Hi, Humble.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Hi, Nergus. Hi, Scott. Hi, Cynthia and Judy.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Would you like to shout out your channel and tell us what your channel is about?
Yeah, my channel is all about coffees. As you see, Humble Baristas. Yeah, I'm doing all coffee. Yeah, that's all. I'm shy. I'm nervous.
That's okay. We're nervous too. We're just used to being nervous.
Yeah.
Hey, Humble Barista.
It's my first time. It's my first time. Really, it's my first time to talk to you guys. I'm just
That's
listening
okay.
down. Yeah.
Welcome. You're at home. You're at home. Be comfortable. You're fine. You can be nervous if you want to.
Okay,
Welcome.
okay.
Hillbilly. I seen you here.
That's
Welcome.
okay. Welcome. Well, we are so
Sorry?
glad you came up. And you know what? We want to shout out your channel, and so that's why we kind of want to know what it's
Yeah.
about, so
Thank you.
that
Thank you.
so that people can come to your channel.
Yeah, actually, I'm here in Saudi Arabia. And
Okay.
of course, I'm a Filipino. Yeah,
Oh,
just
Saudi
doing coffee
Arabia.
and
Wow.
like that.
Wow.
Ooh, I'm shaking.
Well, welcome.
I'm sorry.
Just be comfortable. You're doing great. You're doing great. You're absolutely doing great. You know,
What kind of?
I've just been doing this 4 months, and so I get on here in my pajamas, and it is what it is, and who knows?
Yeah.
So, what kind of content are you creating on your channel, Humble Barista?
It's all about coffee. My latte arts, just like that.
Right on. That's cool.
Yeah.
Carolina
Yeah.
wants to sell toilet paper.
Just
You're going to
doing
make
my,
like we have none in this town.
I don't know about you guys.
Oh, I guess
Because Hillbilly says about toilet paper, all these comments about the toilet paper thing. I didn't stock up. Did anybody else stock up?
I did, but I did it way before this ever happened. I stocked up 5 years ago. So
Yeah.
we have enough toilet paper for 5 years. I stock up on everything. I've been
Yeah.
stocked up for 5 years, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
So if you need to wipe your butt, you know where to come.
Well,
Now you
North
just need your own
Carolina
bomb
isn't
shelter.
selling them. And North Carolina's not that. I think North Carolina's closer to me than you are, Diana Brienne. So there we go.
Right. Well, actually, I live in 2 places. You know, I live on an
Yes, I
island.
do. To be honest.
And near Carolina Hillbilly, actually. I'm in the same
Oh.
state as Carolina. So I go between the 2 places.
Well,
One is
then
an island, and one is, the island is down off of Georgia. And y'all heard me talk about that. And then living on the beach. And then I live here in a golf community, an old people's golf community. And Carolina knows where that's at. So it's a famous old people's golf community where old people come to die.
Yeah, really, right? But statistically, you're old.
Right. I'm a senior citizen. I have an
Me too. We're both 63.
Old is only a state of mind.
Well, we know that. We're just teasing.
We're just teasing.
I know.
But at one point in life, you become a walking coupon, so that's a good thing, you know.
Walking discounts.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Except they never believe me. So I always just have to say to my husband, he qualifies for.
Right, because you look fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Humble, thank you very, very much. You're very welcome to come anytime that we're on, and we'll shout you out. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Everybody,
Can he put his link in the comments so we can find his page?
Can someone put, Dorcas,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
thank you, Humble. Come up anytime.
Thank you, Barista.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for coming. Bye-bye. Would anyone else like to come up and shout out their channel? I know Carolina.
Let me see if I can find his.
Carolina is playing possum. He's playing possum. We're gonna.
Yeah, he doesn't want to come.
Yeah, we'd love to see Carolina come up here.
I'd even take a video of it.
Yeah,
I
that'd
would
be
take
cool.
a video of with my camera. You know, I would if he would do that. But I think he has to build up to being able to do his own live streams. He does this regime, right? He has this regime of building up to his own live streams. Not. Or maybe he's gone. Maybe he's gone to get ready. Get that toilet paper ready for us. Oh, he still has 152 rolls. I'm thinking about getting me a harem for the rest of my life. Well, good. Come and talk to us about that. I don't know.
We'll interview you, Carolina. Okay, we'll interview you.
What's the interview process? What's the age? And do you pay your harem?
He wants old ladies like us, right?
Yeah, old ladies. We could always use some passive income. You know?
Right.
Depending on what is required.
Right.
You know, is it stocking the toilet paper as it falls down off the shelves? Is that part of what you would expect? You know, is it going out to get more Oreo cookies, things like that? So let us know, you know, you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, my son, before they had limits on eggs and stuff like that, my son would say, you know, no, Mom, you know, don't get over, just leave those for somebody else. Yeah. So, you know, he was one that said, you know, just get what we need. We'll come back, you know. So, you know, he thought of more or less other people need things instead of trying to just hoard stuff because we were worried, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and there's a difference between hoarding and having enough in supply. I mean, I grew up with a root cellar in our basement because in the fall you would harvest and you would can and pickle and save and potatoes and apples and you would can and pickle the rest and, you know, preserve. So I grew up because that's what you did. You didn't run to the store all the time. You had enough supplies at home, and we rarely had any garbage. And the milk was still delivered at our front door in the glass containers back then, you know, because I'm old, so that's happened. But you know, it's interesting because I want to get back to having a root cellar and canning my own vegetables and things, you know, because up here in Canada, we can't get fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, only seasonal. They come from like Mexico or China or something, I don't know. But they take forever to get here, and they're not picked ripe. So we lose a lot of the nutrient value when they're picked green. And not only are they, when they're picked green, even organics picked green, they have to layer them with something to help preserve them to get all the way over here. And then they begin to ripen up after we buy them. Very rarely do I see fresh fruit in the middle of winter totally ripe. So, you know, being able to grow our own, which we can here where I live, we have our growing season started last weekend because 3 weeks ago we had snow. Today it's 36 degrees Celsius humidex out there. My air conditioner's on today. 3 weeks ago I was shoveling snow. So we planted our gardens last week, and there's lots of farmers markets. So I will do that, and especially red peppers. Someone mentioned roasted red peppers. I will do a basket full of roasted red peppers and keep them in the freezer so they're fresh for me all year. But it's interesting when where you live determines what you get to eat fresh. You know,
right. That's why I was saying earlier, you know, really I didn't have a choice. We had to get out there and get that garden done because you know, that's a huge part of our eating for the next year is what I can and put up for us. So
yeah, I know. And so, you know, back to you breaking your back doing it. I would have bartered with someone, but that's me. I will bake you an apple pie if you come over and spend, you know, or I will give you. I used to bribe my kids. You know, when I had 2 older kids when I had my 3 younger ones. And so I had the twins I had a baby in diapers, and then I had the twins, and then I was on my own, right? So I would bribe them to rub my feet at night because I'd be so exhausted. And back then I didn't know about nutrition. We're talking 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago. I would bribe them to rub my feet with candy or time on the Atari. Remember the Atari system? The Atari, or you can have an extra 5 minutes if you just rub my feet a little bit longer. So I bribed with candy back then.
See, we're in a whole new age now because now it's like, look, I will call and get that phone suspended right now.
Or your iPad's being taken away right now, right? And then they say to you, well, I'm calling Children's Aid Society for abuse and I'm going to divorce you. Right?
Yeah, well, like, here's the phone.
Yeah, yes.
It's much more fun to stop the service to the item and let them still have the item than it is to just take it away, because then they just get to stare at it for nothing.
Yeah, I don't know, because my kids are older, so they didn't have cell phones when they were at that age where I could take them away, right?
The youngest 2 I have here at the house now are 19 and 16, so.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, my youngest, the twins are 36. Makes a difference, right? Now my grandkids, that's something totally different. But I don't get to see them very often because
I'm glad we did not have to do all this electronic stuff and everything while I was raising the boys. Boy, I just.
Yeah, I agree with you, Caroline Hillbilly. Oh my God, Atari. Yeah, I heard y'all had that back in the day. Yeah, you were born in 61, weren't you? I think.
That was Atari was the one that had Burger Time on it.
I know the missiles. It had Mario. Or was that I don't know. But the missile one, the star missile where you'd shoot them as they came up and you had to shoot them 4 or 5 times.
Super Mario.
Yeah. And I would wait till the kids would go to bed because that's the only time I could play. And I had a big Victorian home because I had 5 kids and I'm on my own. And I would push all the toys to one side of the living room when they went to bed. And then I would get out their little chair and I would sit in front of my little wee TV. It was just little, and you didn't have a remote, right? You had to and I would play the Atari till I was starting to fall asleep. It was
in the nacho business.
I used to tell the boys when they got older, I used to tell them that Mario saved their lives because at night that's where I took out my aggressions.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, lady.
I never could save the princess. I never could save
me either. I couldn't save her either.
Look, The only reason I could was because there was this one spot in the game where if you hit the turtle and bounced him against the stair, it would just like give you these unlimited lives. So I would play till I got to that point, pause it, and then I'd yell at my husband, come, do the turtle. And so he would do that so I could die every 30 seconds and still make it.
I love it. So what's your escapism now, Cynthia? What do you play with now? Or maybe that's not a rightly worded question.
Now remember, Judy, this is an old lady channel.
Judy, it's my dementia getting to me.
That's okay.
That was great.
You know, like I don't have the Wii. Like we had Wii for a while. Like my daughter had Wii, and I play it, but I don't find I'm attracted to those games anymore. Other than a few on my iPad that I do once in a while. Like in between clients, I need a lot of downtime because there's a lot of energy exchange, and I'll play like 10 minutes on my iPad. But it's not intense like it was with the Atari. Like you had to concentrate. You had to know the fingers, the movements, the control, and but not only that, it was much slower then. Things have sped up totally.
Yeah.
It's like 3 seconds now is like 15 back then for us, right?
Yeah.
Our brains were more synced. Our
And
brains
it was too fast back then, so.
yeah, you had to learn. You had to really learn, right? You had to really learn.
Yeah, I miss duck hunt with the gun.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, the kids
Carolina,
had that duck hunt, yeah.
He says I'm going to be the main talking point. So what time is your live again, Carolina Hillbilly? Because I have to make sure I'm here. Because I know you're going to tease me, and I love it. So, I mean, that's not the right thing to say either. Oh my
Judy, I'm glad I'm not the only one that steps in and just
I definitely have
myself
to.
in
I know we're supposed to have a friendly stream, but this is getting a.
Oh my gosh, golly gee whiz. Oh my gosh, golly gee whiz. Yeah, Judy. Yeah, I forget what time you're on, Carolina. Oh, 5 p.m. Eastern. Yes, I can do that. In fact, I'm setting my
Eastern Standard
phone.
Time.
Yeah, I'm on Eastern.
All right.
He's not too far away from me. May
Yeah,
have
I'm
to
Eastern
visit
Standard
a
Time as well.
turn.
I'm near Ottawa.
3 hours. Is that only 3 hours from now? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, he's warming up. That's why he's not coming on. He's taking notes. Carolina never has any guests on his live.
Taking notes
No,
is
I've
how
never
to
seen
have
Carolina on
an
anyone else's channel.
equal
No.
We've been on set.
male-female ratio on your streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do, Carolina Hillbilly. It's Judy
You know,
K.
Carolina,
Judy K.
do you remember when you got me to my first 1K? Do you remember that, Carolina? That was about 3 months ago. And you got me to my first 1K. And I remember as soon as I got to that 1K, I dropped like 30 people. And, you know, they purged my channel or something. Every time you hit 1K, I think they purge your channel. But you got me to my first 1K, and I remember that.
Hey, JVG Dogs. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming through.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm climbing up there. I think I have 304 people. Like
And
I'm
when you
getting there.
started,
Ah,
Judy, you had 18.
Awesome.
So look at
18
you.
people 3 weeks ago.
hey, and I've done a show. Welcome. Great to see you. Thank you.
And I'm not on it all the time, working on it to get subs or subscriptions, right? And
No.
it's like you, Diana Brand. We're just sharing our inspiration and caring and sharing. And sure, monetizing is sort of the added bonus, but it's not the main reason.
Right. I'm here
No,
to share
sure.
my daily insights and wisdom, which is what I've been sharing with my family and my friends and my children especially. And so now I'm just kind of branching out and sharing it with everyone. It's not meant as advice or anything else. It's just meant to show people how I live my best life.
Yep.
And it'll inspire everyone else to find their way to live their best life.
Me
And
too.
that's all. But I mean, I've grown tremendously. Like Carolina said, 3 months ago, I was at 1K and now I'm at over 6K climbing. And so I'm very grateful and humbled by that, that people want to watch my content and the content of my friends now. I brought my friends into this because I feel that we are a team. We're team players.
Absolutely.
And I did a video called Team Players. And that means you surround yourself with the best of team players. And your team players will lift you up while they're pulling themselves up, and you will push them up. You push them, they'll pull you. You all work together, lifting each other up. And that's why I just started this a week ago, where we're doing StreamYard, where we're all coming on here, pulling each other. We're pulling each other up that ladder.
Yeah,
and,
you're right.
So, Judy will be at 1K before we know it. Cynthia will be at 500. Scott, I'm not sure where you're at. I know Norgus is well over her 1K. And I hope to be on my way to 10K, and in 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah, it's
maybe.
all about community, working together.
Yeah,
Well,
working together.
You're absolutely right, Diana Brand. And Carolina Hillbilly says he's lost 100. I was on Pusa Studios last night. So are you, Diana Brand. And they talked about the loss of that, and they talked about the reasons why. And there's many reasons why. Some of it's merging, some of it's authentic, and some of it's just glitches as well.
Yeah.
So, and it's going
for
back
sure.
to what Brianna says about what we do is inspire people. And I've been doing that for years, and Diana, Brianna and I met 11 years ago on Facebook.
11 years.
We had conversations back then as we were sort of doing our lives, so to speak, lives, like human lives. And then, as Facebook developed into lives, I was doing a lot of live videos and then TV shows and movies and documentaries. And Diana Brand kept running into trees and wearing her puffy hair.
I did. I ran into trees. I do. I ran into a tree. I took the motorhome to the curb, knocked out all the dishes in the motorhome. I did all that. Judy remembers. Blue Wave. Hey, everybody. Blue Wave is here. Welcome, Blue Wave. Amazing channel. JFV channel is here. The Bee Lady is here. Dutch Off-Grid Homesteading. Of Donna Shaw. Nacho Business. Dutch Off-Grid. Authentic Max. Amazing channels. Blue Wave, you and your wife are going to have to come on with me and do join my stream. I'm going to start doing some of them at night too. I'm back in college full time at age almost 63. So my life is overwhelmed and I'm in my pajamas, and I'll probably just be doing my lives from my pajamas. But you and your wife would be very, very welcome to come up here. Would you like to come up for a minute and shout out your channel, Blue Wave? You're very, very welcome.
So you're asking a man and his wife to come on with you with your pajamas. Okay.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm an old woman. So it doesn't matter. No one's old women can wear lipstick and be in their pajamas.
And not wear diapers.
And I don't wear diapers. No.
No diapers.
Not yet.
We're taking the theme from the beginning of the week, carrying it all the way through. Do you see that, Cynthia Norgus?
Yeah.
I got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the really fun things about
next time you're going to come up live.
Judy,
Carolina.
I jumped into people's lives.
Yep. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Blue Wave, would you
I've
like
been
to
from my bed many a time.
You're welcome, Chu. Yeah,
Norgus Rose.
No diapers.
one of the fun things about sharing all this stuff, though, is that, sometimes it's like a thing to you that you think's not maybe that big of a deal, and then it turns out it is. So like yesterday, I did just a real short, maybe like 2-minute long video, and I was showing my garden tower that I have on my porch, and people were like, where do you get garden towers? And I'm like, Amazon.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people hadn't seen them before.
Yeah.
I love it.
I want to share with y'all two, and actually 2 of them happened on Norgus's channel. I jumped on Norgus's channel briefly. What were the 2? Okay, the first one, Norgus, that I came up with, remember you inspired me? And it was, when you are authentic, you do not have to compete with anybody. So all these channels, one of the things that I've noticed as my channel has taken off is that people feel like, oh, she's competing with me. I'm not competing with anybody. And I don't need to compete because I'm authentic. When you are authentic, you don't compete. You don't need to compete. because you are creating content that's unique. And when you create unique content, you're not competing with anybody. So Norgis and she inspired that in me today. And I came out with that. When you are authentic, you will not compete because you don't need to compete. Right. That's number one. So my channel is not competing with anybody, whether it's at 6,000, 10,000, 100,000, it doesn't matter. It's not competing. And I think one of the reasons my channel took off in 4 months.
You don't have to compete when you're unique.
Right, because I think they do not, because I'm just me, I'm just unique. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm here to lift and pull everybody up with me that wants to be pulled up. You know, I'm here to pull the right people up. And the other one, what was the other one, Norgis? I'm looking at my notes. Let's see. It was
channel up.
Look, when you talk as much as me, Diana, you can't remember what all you say.
Oh, I remember, Norgis. It was just do you. Just do you. Just be yourself. Don't be anybody else. Just be you. Just do you.
Just do you, for sure.
Just
my
you.
son says that to me all the time. Just do you.
Yeah, just do you. Scott is just doing him. Norgis is just doing her. Cynthia is being her with her beautiful hair. Judy comes on, and Judy, you know, we're all very different personalities. I mean, look at us. We're very distinct personalities that are contributing to this live and to the people that come on. Somebody may not hear me, but they'll hear Judy or Cynthia or Norgis or Scott. You know, a man may not hear us women, but they'll hear Scott. You know, I mean, or a woman may hear Scott, not us women. You know, and it's so we all have something unique to contribute. So no one competes on my channel because I don't compete with anybody. I don't need to. I'm authentic, and you all are authentic. So just be you. The other one I wanted to talk about quickly, I haven't done my 5-minute videos because I don't know if I'm going to have time today after I get off of here because I have all my college to do. But one of my other ones was break barriers. So many people have so many barriers in their life that hold them back. You know, the fear of if I put an application in, I won't get the job. The fear if I pick up that phone and call someone I haven't talked to for years that they'll hang up on me. Break those barriers in a healthy way. I'm breaking all my barriers. You know, I call people up that I haven't talked to for a long time that maybe I was perturbed with, and I just let them know, you know, I let them know what perturbed me and what upset me, and they may not like it and they can hang up on me, or I may just call someone and tell them I love them, you know, but I break those barriers.
Yeah, we're the only ones with limitations on ourselves.
That's right. I went back to college at 62 years old. I mean, how many women go back to college at 62? I had homeschooled my kids. That was like jumping. Judy did. Judy's in college. And I mean, we break barriers and break down those barriers, break down those walls in life. And most of it is fear, unhealthy fear. There's healthy fear. That's different. But unhealthy fear is what holds us back from all of our potential. So those were 3 of the videos that I would like, if I have time, I'll do. If not, I'll have to postpone those for a couple of days because of all my college work. But one of the things was I thought, you know what, I'm not going to come on live anymore because I have all this college work. And then I thought, no, I'll just wrap the college work around everything else, you know. So that's all I wanted to say.
Perfect. I love it. Cynthia?
Yeah.
Someone asked for your link.
Yeah, I was trying to find it to copy it again, but I couldn't find it, so I'm typing it back in again right now.
Dagon Hills is here. Welcome, Dagon Hills. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. If I'm missing it, Kimberly, would you like to come up and shout out your channel? Kimberly has an amazing channel. Kimberly.
Of Donna Shaw.
Yeah, and Donna Shaw. Anybody that would like to come up, I'm going to put the stream in again. Kimberly, let's see. Kimberly, would you like to come up? I'm going to put the stream in. Just, you can come up for a minute. You don't have, you know, let me see.
I'm trying to find your link.
Kimberly.
There's so many of your same name here.
Yeah, Kimberly, come on up. And Donna, if you'd like to come up, Dutch Homesteading, you know, come up for a minute or two, shout out your channel. We would love to have you shout out your channel so that, and remember, most people will see this in replay because the way it works, YouTube is not notifying people that I'm on. For some reason, they get notified 12 hours later, and they don't even post this live for 12 hours. So when we get off of here, you won't see the live for 12 hours unless you go to the community tab. Then you have to go over there, and I don't think it lets you open it. But in 12 hours, they post it to my channel.
I cannot.
They post it to my channel in 12 hours. And so that's
Mine
when
goes live. Mine goes live a few minutes after I end.
Yes, yes. But Kimberly, you're welcome anytime. You're welcome now or later. Donna, Dagan, anyone who would like to come up and shout out their channel for a moment is very, very welcome. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. I really, really do. But Kimberly, you're welcome to come out and shout out your channel. And Kimberly has a great channel. And I have so many great channels on here. I've made so many amazing friends. Some friends like Judy I've had for 11 years. Scott I just met recently. Norgus I've known for 4 months. Cynthia I've known for probably 3 years, I think, 3 years on Facebook. And just coming public 4 months ago on YouTube, even though I had a channel sitting there for 11 years, I just came public 4 months ago. It's been an amazing journey, an amazing experience. And I've met so many amazing people and a few trolls. And I do have my trolls. The bigger your channel, you have to be aware that you're going to get people that don't like you or that troll your channel. And I have them. I have them big time. I have the man who wants to
the nature of the beast.
So the bee lady asked for what I talked about yesterday, on the 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz about the
4 agreements. Oh,
the
crap.
second agreement that don't take anything personally. What others say or do is always because of their stuff. So I'm just sending you that now,
right.
lady. Yeah. And that's one of our hardest
I love the 4 agreements.
to ever learn is to not take things personally.
Yeah. I wanted to
Do you have the audio book of that?
Yeah.
I lost my audio book of the 4 agreements. Do you have
Yes,
that?
I do, but you can download it for free.
Okay, I tried to find it, and I was like, it's like you can find bits and parts of it or the newer stuff, but I couldn't actually find the original audio book that I used to listen to like every night.
Yeah, it's a good one, and a lot of Louise Hay I listened to. 101 Power Positive Intentions as well is a good one.
Yes.
But Don Miguel, Don Miguel puts 4 agreements down succinctly, like your word is impeccable, things like that. So when you start to live by those, it really challenges you to how you have been living, and how you have been living is mostly false, under false pretenses of who we've been told we need to be and how we need to show up. So the 4 agreements sort of startle you into a new reality. Yeah. Imagine not taking things seriously. Imagine someone calling you an idiot and you're ugly or you're fat or you're no good and not taking it personally.
It's not about you, it's about them.
That's right. Or someone on the live saying something to you and not taking it personally. It's really hard. And I mean, I've been doing the deep interpersonal work for years, and yet sometimes I'll be triggered as well. So it's about healing all of those traumas and dramas so here's the thing. Every issue you've ever had, every issue you have, and every issue you will have is always, always about your self-esteem. So when you take things personally, it's about your self-worth and your self-esteem. And it's a constant, ongoing focus to keep that self-esteem at an empowerment place. And it ain't easy. It's simple to say, keep your self-esteem up, build your own self-worth, but it ain't easy because we've got triggers, we've got dramas that haven't been healed, and not just healed, you have to transcend them so that when you get triggered by a feeling, you don't have an emotion with it anymore because the past is the past.
I had to work with that really hard when I started doing the lives and stuff like that. And so I'm not making this statement, for anybody to counteract or whatever, but I didn't think I was pretty enough to be online. I didn't think I had anything anybody would want to hear me say, my brain was feeding myself with so much crap. I didn't need to have a troll because I was being my own. And now when I get on there in the mornings,
that'll be a good video for me to do. I'm going to write that one down. You are your own troll.
But in the mornings now, when I get on and I do my lives for my makeup and everything, this is not what you see. My hair might be in a ponytail, be sticking out all over the place, but I felt like it was the honest thing to do. That's what I wake up looking like in the morning. That's where I start out, and fortunately, I've been the only troll that says nasty things to me. Nobody else has yet.
You're a very beautiful troll. I love your troll hair.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, I used to have a troll. Remember when they came out when we were in our preteens? That yeah,
Yes.
that's part of the
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember those. I wanted to share again another one that when I went out in my run in my pajamas, I got another insight, and I wanted to share this too because I don't know when I'm going to be able to make the videos because of my busy schedule. But it's called phases of going back into a relationship. You know how they're talking about phases with this virus, and we go slowly into phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Well, I thought about it like when we go into a broken relationship, when we return to a broken relationship. Sometimes we have to do it in steps and stages. We can't just jump back into it the way it was. Sometimes it has to be done in steps. So we may have step 1 where we say, okay, right now we're not going to go out and have fun together. Right now we're going to talk the serious aspects of our relationship only. And we're going to meet out somewhere. You're not going to come to my home, or I'm not going to go to your home. We'll meet out. We'll talk about the rules and the boundaries. Then we'll test those rules and boundaries and see if you honor those. Then that's phase 1. Then there can be phase 2. So I got to thinking about the different phases of stepping back into a broken relationship that is in need of repair. And that's going to be a whole nother video.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. Hey, Dragon Hills, welcome.
Tammy,
everybody.
welcome.
This girl has to go. It's been an hour and a half. I've got a client I need to touch base with and more unpacking and seeing how I can get my yoga mat. Remember at the beginning of this live stream, it was about affirmations that go awry. And I actually did a video on that. So if this girl's putting her yoga mat down and at least doing 2 minutes right now of something, because my body's been sitting for an hour and a half.
I'm proud of you, Judy. I'm proud of you. And I will message you later. I'm going to be buried today. I'm going to be buried under college work all day after I get off of here later. And I may start doing some lives at night, late in the evening, at night, if anybody wants to jump on. I know you all have different schedules, can't be available, too tired in bed, whatever. So, I may start to do a live at night from my sunroom in the back. It won't be in this kitchen because my family's all home, but it may be from my bedroom area or something like that at my sunroom. And, I've got it set up now so I can do it. So I may do that. But thank you.
That's a good idea. Lives in bed with Diana Brienne.
Oh my God. How about live bubble bath? Live in my bubble bath. We'll do live in my bubble bath.
Oh my.
Awesome. Right on.
Do you think people would show up for that one?
I don't know.
I
don't think anybody would show up.
Yeah.
You have to have a lot of bubbles in that bath.
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
Well, then the bed one. So Cynthia, have a blessed day. Norgus,
you too, hon.
Scott, and Diana Brand. Yes, we will message back and forth a little bit later. Thank you for everybody for showing up here.
Thank you, Judy.
Supporting all of us.
Awesome, Judy. See you again very soon.
And all of the comments. And yes, Carolina will tease me tremendously today on his live. So I look forward to that. All right, everybody. Bye again. Have a
bye, Judy. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Judy. Have a wonderful day.
Would anyone in the stream like to come up? You're welcome to come up. I'll put the link.
Oh my goodness.
Put the link back in. I know a couple of people wanted to come up and they were waiting, and then I didn't get to them, and then they left. So I don't know what happened, but yeah. So yeah, I've started back to college, and I mean, it's really, really something. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I made straight A's last semester, straight A's the first semester. So I'm praying I can hold that this semester. But I have so much, it's like a mountain of work. I mean, it's amazing. I will be living in my pajamas, running in my pajamas. I'm never going to get out of my house again.
You can do it.
I can do it. I know. I don't even know what this is.
Do it.
I just finished this one course. It was on all the legal terminology. Oh my gosh. There's so much. you know, but it's really enjoyable. I really enjoy it. And I got a scholarship, you know, I mean, at 62 years old, getting a scholarship. Isn't that amazing?
That's
It's
amazing. That's
awesome.
quite an achievement. You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
think about
it's
going back
very
to school
amazing.
sometimes, but man, when I went through my med tech course and we had to learn all those drugs and all the side effects and stuff, I had a handheld tape player that I walked around with all the time.
Yep. I remember.
listening, and I don't know that I have the patience for that anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody wants to jump on.
I feel like I do this
Come on.
full time every morning.
Huh?
Right?
Every morning, about what, 3 to 4 hours, Diane? I was on this morning.
Yep.
From until and now we've been on
So you've been on about 5 hours.
So, Diana, I think I need to take both me and the dog out.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, I may, you know, now it depends on how much work I have and everything like that, but I am considering coming on, like, you know, just jumping on at night sometime. I don't know what time it would be, anywhere probably from 10 till 11, you know, in that time frame. So if anybody wants to come back on, if they see me on, you know, you're very welcome to come on. It just depends because I, you know, like I said, I've got so much work, I don't know how to time it.
I'm asleep.
I never sleep. Now I go to bed about midnight and I sleep until about, today I got up about 6:30.
2 a.m. is the bewitching hour here. I don't know why.
Yeah, 2 a.m. is the witching hour.
Every morning.
Sure.
Yeah.
Every morning at 2 a.m. I wake up.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know,
But I'm
going to bed too early.
Nice to meet you, Scott.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Love you, Norgus.
So
I'll let you know if I'm gonna, you know, when I'm gonna be on, what time I'm gonna be on, and then I'll jump on yours too.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm probably going to be what I'm probably going to be doing is doing some lives on my old channel, on the Scott Thatch channel.
Okay.
Because I can't do lives on this one right now, but because I'm creating my first channel into a networking stream and gaming channel.
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing that. So everyone is welcome to attend those as well. So.
Okay, Scott. And what's the name of that channel that you're talking about? Because I'm on your one channel. I'm on the smaller channel.
It's the Scott's Thoughts channel. I'll put it in the link here.
Okay.
1 second. I'll put a link to my other channel.
Okay, because I'm going to have to be on that channel. Or I mean, not have to, but I should be on that channel so that I can connect with you over there too.
Yeah. All right. Cool. That'd be great. I just want to go grab the link here. I have to get a faster laptop because what I want to be doing with the networking channel is I want to be able to I have the programs, but my laptop isn't fast enough for what it needs to be doing. So eventually I'll be doing that.
Yes.
But right now I can pretty much just have links and stuff like that. I can't really show channels, feature channels like I really want to yet.
Yes.
So I'm just grabbing up my link.
So I think, you know, like I said, you know, I'm going to try to come on regularly. I can't predict it. There might be days that I do not come on. You know, it's kind of, I now don't have a schedule because I can't create a schedule right now with the amount of schoolwork that I have. So it's sort of like, you know, when I start to feel overwhelmed, I'll just come on. I'll say, I'm going to take a break, you know, go for a run, come back, take a break and come on. You know, and it, you know, sometimes usually I'll be on about the same time, but it might be earlier, it might be later. And then sometimes I may just come on at night, like I said. So it can be any time. And it's kind of hard for people to predict what time I'll be on. You know, so, you know, most people that do live streams have a predictability. I don't have that predictability because of my going to college. So, but I am on and I do try to come on. And like I said, some days I might not, but I think most days I probably will be.
Great, that sounds awesome.
And are you good with that, Cynthia, too?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And you might want to come on here and do your makeup while we're sitting here. You could just sit and apply your makeup. Have you ever thought about that while we're talking about life-changing measures? You could be sitting there quietly doing your makeup, and that will pull people over to what you do, because you have a huge Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that
We
one.
can actually feature channels too, right? So they can put their screen up, so it's just their screen showing, right? So you can also do that kind of stuff with the StreamYards.
Right. Now I've got to go ahead and sign up for the StreamYard, whatever it is, the Prime or whatever, because they give you so much time, and I haven't signed up for that. So I got to sign up for that over the next day or two. And but yeah, you could be doing your makeup, Cynthia, while we're on here, and that will promote you and what you do while Judy's talking about what she does, and while Scott talks about what he does. We can all kind of be doing our own thing.
Sure.
While we're all on here together, there could be 6 of us doing 6 different things, and we can't all talk at the same time, but we could be, you could be putting the makeup on, and someone might say, hey, what kind of makeup are you using? And you tell them, and Scott might be talking about his channel in the meantime, and Judy might be talking about life-changing measures, and, and I might be talking about being overwhelmed with college work.
I want to say thank you to the Bee Lady. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bee Lady. And I thank everybody that's been here today. Everybody. Norga, Scott, Cynthia, NASCAR. Who am I forgetting? And who was it that came up here and then left? He came up, and he came up twice in a row. And the first time he came on, and his microphone didn't work. Who was that?
Oh, was that NASCAR?
Bruce. No, that was Bruce. Bruce came up, and his mic didn't work. So I hope he comes back again. And then, we never know who we're going to get up here.
So how is my headset? My headset sound okay, guys?
Yeah, it sounds great. You look like a Martian.
All right, cool. Hey, I'm an alien. I'm okay with
an alien. You look like an alien.
Yeah.
Good-looking alien, though. Good-looking alien.
I was sitting here watching your headset, thinking about it, and I'm like, no, I don't know how I can do that around my hair.
I want to get ones with cat ears on them.
So, yeah, I think, so Scott, I don't know if you're around at night or not. If I decide, it'll be a sporadic thing. I'm not predictable. So it's
just yell at me. I'm usually around. So
it's kind of hard to predict, as somebody who's unpredictable, but I'm kind of got an unpredictable schedule. So, I like when I can just message and say, hey, can you jump on? If you can't, that's fine. If you can, that's great. And we can do it like that. And, and people come on, they're welcome to come up for a few minutes and shout out their channel. And if they don't want to, that's fine too. And, that's what we do. And I think as we go on, we're going to get better and better at this. And we're going to come up with more things. And we're going to pull all kinds of a different community, because I have a lot of different communities on my channel. And we just got to figure out a way to get this out on YouTube, because people are not getting notifications until 12 hours after the live is done. And in between, there is no video up on my channel until the next day. It doesn't come up till the next day. So when we go off of here, if you want to see this video, you've got to go over to the community tab. And that's how you'll be able to see it. Otherwise, you won't see it till tomorrow.
Well, I always forget, like the 98% of the time, I forget to share my own live streams and video. So I always try to make a note of making sure when you just start the live stream to actually share it out right away.
Right.
Because I share it. I share it on Twitter, Facebook, on my other community tab, the Scott's Thoughts, and then on my phone. Oh, and on So I go to Reddit, so I share like on Pusa Studios and mine and stuff like that. But then on my phone, I'll go and I'll also share it on Instagram and my Facebook people on there as well, right? So we can send it to like specific people and stuff like that.
Yes. So that's why you see me getting up and down all the time, because I have another computer over there, and that's kind of where I monitor everything, and that's where I share stuff out. Yeah.
Right, because I actually have 2 laptops. My other laptop's screen's busted, so it actually is hooked up to an actual monitor. So I can actually have a setup where I have 2 computers running at the same time. They can be So I can be doing one thing on one thing and checking comments and stuff like that, and analytics and stuff, all that other stuff. So this one is doing everything all at once by itself, right? So it's just bogging it down.
Well, Scott and Cynthia, I thank you. I thank you, everybody in this stream. I thank you, everybody that will watch this in replay, which will be most people. So, Cynthia, make sure yours is Redneck Pizzazz. So if they want to find you, Redneck Pizzazz. And Scott.
And I put the link in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everybody knows where to find me. And so I may or may not go on tonight. It'll be at the spur of the moment. I may or may not go on tomorrow. It'll be the spur of the moment. I'll tell you, no, I'm not going on. And then 5 minutes later, I will tell you I'm going on.
Well, if we see you on later, I'm gonna see if my boy Dark Anubis Games will jump on with us as well, because I told him about what's all going on with us collaborating and all that, and he's all super excited. So he's the one who has the game reaction channel and stuff like that, right? So
yeah, he can come on for a couple of minutes to promote himself. That would be wonderful. I'm always welcoming people to come on and promote themselves, but a lot of people don't want to do it, because they're too shy or whatever.
Yeah, they're just super new, right? It takes a while to get comfortable and stuff. So,
well, I mean, Scott, didn't you say at first you didn't, the other day when you first came on that you were a little bit nervous about it, but now look at you, you're just so relaxed. You're so relaxed. Yeah, and that's what
I'm much more comfortable now.
Yeah, that's what it takes, and I think most people are not relaxed. They're scared at first, but once you do this a few times and jump on other people's streams, you just get used to it.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to go because I've got all these books here, and my teacher is going to spank my butt if I don't get my homework in.
All right, you guys all have a great day.
Yeah, thank you, Scott.
All right, love you guys.
I love you all, and I'll talk to you all later. Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
awesome.
Take care, y'all.
Stay safe, everyone.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming on. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I may be on late tonight. I may not be, or I might be on tomorrow. Can't predict it. It's usually somewhere between 11:30 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The latest would be 3. And then the other time is a little bit later. So maybe 10 o'clock at night. So we'll see. So from my house to your house, thank you very much for coming, and I will talk to you soon. May God bless you, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.